Okay, the notebooks or sketchbooks that we're making, we're using comic books, old comic books as the cover, laminated. One issue is that, so a comic book is size B5, which is like roughly 7 by 10, and you can find sketchbooks, a lot of sketchbooks that are that size. The problem is you can't find like bulk paper that's the same size, and so we're going to cut down this paper 8.5 by 11, the paper that we like for the sketchbooks, and then we're going to punch it. You can use pretty much any paper that you want, and you can probably find B5 somewhere online. What I like though is I like 90 pound, and I also like the have the paper as smooth as possible, because I'm using pen. I'm doing a combination of drawings, diagrams, plus some text, writing notes on there, and so pencil is great for just doing sketches, but when on a spiral bound notebook like this, the pencil can tend to smear because the pages are moving against each other. It doesn't last quite as long as pen. So I like doing pen, which means I need something that's really smooth, and I like 90 pound. And 90 pound is going to end up being about 40 to 50, so 50 pages. I use 48 pages, but 50 pages, about a ½ inch. Alright, so 48 pages at 90 pounds is going to be about a ½ inch. And I like a ½ inch for this. The ring binder itself is 3/4 of an inch, but if you're like me, you may want to actually tape a bunch of additional papers, things that you've found, things that you printed out, to tape into this, which makes it a little bit thicker, but allows you to have more information. But so that little extra space, if you do 48 pages, gives you some space to actually add other things into the journal. Okay, the specs on this punch are that it can do 20 pages at 20 pounds paper. We're using 90 pound paper, so that's roughly 4 pages. The math kind of works out, 4 pages at 90 pounds. And then, so what I like to do is I'll also cut 4 pages at a time, so I'm not cutting a huge amount. And then I also pre-lay out in stacks of 4. So if I have 12 stacks, that's 48. 48 pages is going to be roughly ½ inch, and this way I can sort of efficiently cut and then punch. Alright, I'm going to start by cutting the long side, and we want 10 inches. So I line this up at 10, and then to keep it from moving, I put 3 fingers here to hold it across the entire width, and then try and do it in one smooth slice, like so, and then turning it so this cut edge is on the bottom. Now we do the 7 inches. So we line it up on 7, like so. Same thing. Hold down all the paper, especially at the end. One smooth cut, like so. That's 7 by 10. Alright, now we're ready to punch. Now, I've already lined this up, so I have a mark here, but I put it on my mark, and I move the stop to line up here. So that's my stop. And the advantage of punching this yourself is if you have a selectable dies here, I like to come in one, so I'm not punching all the way out to the edge, otherwise I would have a hole right at the edge here. So I can do 18 and come in a little bit, and it makes it a little bit cleaner. Other thing to note here is you can set the depth of the margin of the cut. I like to come in 1. So with the covers, I'm the maximum margin. With the paper, I'm just slightly in, which means that in theory the cover will actually overlap the paper at the spine. Alright, and it was red here, and now I'm on the blue. Alright, now we're ready to punch. Pull it to our stop. We can do a visual check to make sure that we're centered. Pull the lever, pull it down, and now there's our punch. And you can see that our holes actually start a little bit to the inside, which makes it a little bit cleaner. Okay, so I finished punching all the paper. I keep them stacked like this so I can keep track of how many I've done. And so basically 6, 6, that's 12, 4 pages each, that's 48 pages, which is my target. And once I have it stacked, I just orient these so that they're all aligned, like so. Alright, you should be able to see all the way through there, like that. Okay. Alright, so this is the ring binder we're going to use. So I think it's called wire O. The standard for this 3/4 inch is to have 21, but we want 18. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to cut 3 off the end. 1, 2, 3. Cut it here. Alright, now we have an 18. Alright, the next step, we want to put the paper onto the wire O ring. There's usually, the machine has a little clamp like this to set it up cleanly. And we take our paper and we carefully push it through the holes like so. Okay, so we've got our paper on there. Now we do our cover. So this is the cover I'm going to use for this. We do the front cover, line it up. Now there's a trick. We want the back cover. This is the back cover. We put the back cover on top of the front cover. And then when we bind it, the edge of the binding is hidden in the back. All right, just a little trick that people do. All right, and then all right, so we take this out. Get that straight. And now we put it into our press here. And we've already set it up to be 3/4 inch using this dial here. We use the back. We pull until it stops. Alright, perfectly lined up. And now when we flip it, this is what it'll look like. You can see that the binding is actually hidden. The binding's hidden on the inside. Alright, a nice clean look. I'm going to put a sticker here to cover that blemish. It looks pretty good. Alright, there we go. Brand new comic book cover journal or sketchbook. Thanks for watching.